Hello and welcome to this lecture by the Vaidya's Chess Hub. And in this lecture, actually, we are going to study the opening principles, what I call the ideal setup. We want the pawn on e4, we want the knight on f3, we want the bishop on c4 or b5, the kingside castling, and so on. Now let's play a game to quickly understand all these principles. We are playing with the black pieces. No, 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 no. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to abort this because we want the white pieces. So I'm going to create game of 5 minutes. 2-second incremental will be cool. And just because I want to highlight this, I'm going to select opponents of lower interests. And 3-5, 3-0. We want something where I'll be able to. We are playing with the white pieces here. This should do us world of good. So pawn on e4. Now here we don't want knight on f3 because this is Scandinavian. I want to take first. Then after the queen takes, I can play the point number 6, the knight on c3, or the modern line, which is knight on f3. I'm going to stick to that one. So second point. Let's see what my opponent plays. My opponent has decided to pin my knight, so I want the bishop development. In this case, according to our chart number 3, the bishop goes to c4 or b5. Not in this case, because the knight is pinned, the bishop on e2. And now the fourth point, kingside castling, can happen. Of course, bishop takes knight will be bishop takes bishop. So let's wait for our opponent's response. Meanwhile, you're free to jot down all these 9 points in the ideal setup. These are all the ideal squares for your pieces in the opening and the middle game. Of course, depending on, they are not in any particular order. Like in this game, after we played the pawn on e4, because we played the Scandinavian, we did not respond knight f3 immediately. We took on d5 and then played knight f3. So they are not in any particular order as such. But these are the squares where you want these pieces, and you would have a great game. At the moment, our opponent really seems to have gone into a long thing. He's played c6. I'm going to proceed with our point number 4 on the list, the kingside castling. The sole purpose of this video is to help a beginner and intermediate player understand how to get done with the opening very smoothly with the ideal setup for white. So we have pretty much covered up e4, knight f3, bishop, kingside castling. We want a pawn on d4. In this case, I'm not sure it will be a center break, but anyway, I want my knight on c3, bishop on e3, f4, or the g5 square. I want my rook on e1, which is the semi-open file at the moment, and the queen on d2 finally to connect the rooks. Again, our opponent has gone into a deep think here. He's played knight 2. f6. I want to continue with my plan. Knight on c3. I could have played d4 here, which I am going to do now. So if you keep these points in mind, you'll be able to conduct your opening thoroughly, like professional, in fact. Just remember these fine points. Our bishop now should go on e3, f4, g5 square. I suppose given the situation, g5 is really good. He has his knight to develop and his pawn to develop. Can't develop both in one move. We'll see how it goes. He is really thinking for a long time. He is really down on time here. You see here, it's just down to his last 40 seconds. Mind you, it's +5. So he definitely uh, gets 5 seconds every time he plays. So he is now beginning to play a little fast. And now we want to complete our last developmental move. Okay, so he is done with his development. Now time for us to go in for the middle game and the end game. Basically, all these points were completed except for the queen d2 maneuver. We want to be playing the a3 and the b4. I really fancy that because the queen protects the rook. Don't see a major issue with that. Okay, I'm attacking this. He's castled kingside, which is a bit of a surprise. Okay, and now, what can we do here? Maybe bishop here. Yeah, the bishop on f3 looks okay. Targeting this weakness, I want to push b5. My d4 pawn is a little weak. Little, not by much. Okay, so he wants bishop exchanged. Uh, Taking here will not be a good choice. I want to push c4. Let's see with what it takes. Okay, that is quite extraordinary. I've played this with the knight support, so he could take on here if he wants to. No, he has not done that. That is again very surprising. He should have taken there first. Okay, so I'll take with, what if I take with the rook here? Bishop, 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 bishop. No, pawn. Now we could take here with the bishop if you wanted to, with the queen as well. And target b7. It's down to his last 10 seconds. Okay, I'm going to push this. Take here, unleashing an attack on the queen. And surprising. Okay. Okay, that was very surprising actually. He simply did not conduct his opening very well. Okay, so we have won on time this one. And well, my point is very clear with this video. Let's see how far the computer agrees with the choices that we made. So I'm going to toggle this. We took the pawn, that was okay. We played the new variation, which is knight to f3. Computer suggests knight to c3, but we played knight to f3. Okay, which he has come to now. Okay, bishop e2, and after that kingside castling. I think over here we played knight to c3. At the moment it's saying 0.8, and after we play knight to c3 saying 0.76. Okay, somewhere there. So it's playable, not bad at all. d4, perfect. Bishop to f4, I like that. And then the rook e1 move. We played the knight, which probably is the second best probably. The plan was always to play a3 and b4. Here we should have pushed g4. Oh yeah, that was certainly on. After bishop you would have been forced to play bishop g6. After this, the knight takes. Yeah, he should have taken the knight first. That's what I had thought he'll do, but he did do that. And here the rook move was good. Pawn takes. bishop, and here I played the queen. Queen a6 was right, and here we were winning with plus 4.8, 4.9. Okay, fine, but this was totally winning. So I'm happy with the way the opening phase was conducted. Hope you learned tons from this video, because it really solves the important question about how to deal with the opening when you have white pieces. Ideally, this is the setup that you want. You can pause the video, you can make a note of the points here. And thank you so much for watching this video, being here on our channel, and subscribe if you like what we do for chess, and hit the like button if you have liked this particular game or the concept that I've talked about. Thank you so much once again. As I keep saying, keep playing, keep enjoying, keep learning chess. Once again, thank you for giving me your valuable time.